Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Grade Ups MBA Prep channel. So today I'm going to talk about NMAT and Narsi Mohanji. Right now, after some days, now this is June. June has begun, and you will see from July onwards, you'll start getting notifications for the upcoming MBA examinations. Okay, so for this season, if we actually look at the examinations, NMAT is the first examination of the season, right? Although CAT is the biggest exam, but NMAT is the one which is the first examination of the season. Although it goes on for a long duration, it has a slot for around 2 months. So this is the first examination that starts. And in case I would recommend also that if someone is like preparing for CAT and it's a first time, if someone is going to appear for the first time, should take NMAT, right, to just to get an experience that as to how it is to experience an examination, right? So to just to get an examination of just to get an idea of how it is to appear in an examination, must write NMAT. And one interesting thing about NMAT 2020 was that it became adaptive in nature. So the first Indian examination to do so, right? So let us see about let's see about NMAT. What is NMAT? Let's study about Narsi Mohanji also. Let's see that what are the placement statistics. Is it a good college to join, etc. Right? So this is about NMAT aspirants. Okay, so let's first of all discuss about NMAT. How many people appear for NMAT? So you have about 50,000 to 60,000 test takers in this examination, right? One feature about this examination is retakes are allowed. You can take test up to 3 times, right? You can take one plus 2 more retakes, right? Of course, they charge for that retake, and yes, that is the best score is considered for your selection. Okay, so that is one thing that is in this. It is conducted by GMAT, right? The organization that conducts GMAT. So it is a very standardized examination, right? Unlike some of the examinations which might not have a very standardized process. So it is quite standardized. If we talk about like it is error free, right? You do not find errors in the questions. Also, very standard set of questions, and accordingly you get questions about this, right? There are standard type of questions that are asked. So this is about NMAT, right? And these are some of the colleges that you can target through NMAT. So the best being NMIMS Mumbai. So this is the timeline if you are writing NMAT. So this is when you can the notification will be out next week, next month, right? So you can expect the notification in July, and so you can expect the notification in July, and like you have so you have the test taking window from October to December. As I said that CAT is held in November, right? So before CAT you can appear for NMAT. So it is a long window for 2 months, more than 2 months. So you can appear on any date, right? At so they have different slots, and that is about NMAT, right? This is the general timeline. Last year it was shifted due to COVID. Maybe this time also they might delay this examination. Okay, so last year saw a drastic change in the examination pattern, right? So what the examination pattern used to be, it was completely different last year. So till 2019 it used to have a different it used to have like normal questions and all, right? So in class, in if you talk about year 2020, it changed to adaptive platform, right? So what is adaptive is like you have GMAT, right? So what happens in adaptive platform is like in case you answer a question correctly, the next question that you get is more difficult, right? And as you keep on answering questions, the level of difficulty keeps on rising, right? And if you answer a question incorrectly, the difficulty would come down. So the higher level you are at, the higher is your score. So let's say you have answered many questions correctly, so your score would be very very high. But in case if you answer questions incorrectly, your scores wouldn't increase that much, right? So that was something that they introduced first time in India. Any examination became adaptive, right? The number of questions and marks per section became equal, right? So previously what happened was the number of questions was uneven, right? So like different number of questions in quant, reasoning and English. So they standardized that, and marks per question were undisclosed, right? So it is like in the increasing order, right? If you get to a higher score, like if you reach higher difficulty level, you would get a higher score, and a question could be visited only once. So in an adaptive platform, what happens is that is a disadvantage kind of thing, that you cannot revisit a question. So you attempt and move ahead, right? You cannot go back. So you just have the next button. Okay, so it's kind of a speed based test. Also, you have to be quick enough so that you reach the maximum level and maintain accuracy as well. So it was a good challenging examination. Okay. So this was the examination pattern which was followed in NMAT 2020, right? So earlier NMAT used to have 360 marks with 120 questions, right? So this year the pattern was changed. So they had 36 questions in each of the three sections, right? Earlier it used to be quant heavy. They used to have 48 questions in quant, right? And then they had 32 and 40 in English and reasoning respectively. This time they had 36 questions in each of the three sections. The time allotted is different, right? So of course, for in order to solve quant questions, you require more time. So 52 minutes given to attempt those 36 questions. Logical reasoning 40 minutes to attempt the questions, and verbal just 28 minutes to attempt those 36 questions. Okay, and the interesting thing, one another interesting fact about NMAT, so it's a cool feature, is that you can choose the order of sections, right? Suppose, so there are 6 possible combinations, right? 3 factorial ways of choosing. So you can choose language skills, quant and logical reasoning, right? You can choose logical language skills, logical reasoning, quant, right? You can choose logical reasoning, language skill, quant, logical reasoning, quant, language skills. So that depends on your choice, right? So it was all about like how you feel comfortable, right? So you have 6 choices. So in the beginning you choose that what is going to be the order of the examination, right? So this is my scorecard for the last year, right? I got a score of 271, right? The cutoff for NMS Mumbai was around 240, right? So one thing which I noticed later, I mean, like I got decent score in language skills, but in quant my score was quite low, right? Which was unacceptable for me. But later on I realized that I might have done some mistake in the beginning of the section, right? I mean, not purposely, but maybe some silly mistake marking some wrong option, or I might have got a couple of questions incorrect in the beginning, right? So make sure that in the beginning you score high, right? So that like towards the end your score reaches a higher level. Okay, now it is conducted in multiple slots, and it is the only examination with adaptive marking, right? I told that examination date can be rescheduled. 3 attempts are allowed for this examination. You can attempt, like in case you do not do well in one attempt, you can take a retake and a second retake also, and of course you have to pay for that. Okay, and you can choose the order of sections. You cannot revisit a question in the adaptive platform, right? So once you have visited a question, you cannot come back to it. So this is, I mean, something that you need to be careful about, right? There is no negative marking in this uh, examination, and it has a moderate difficulty level, right? So see, it does not consider other factors, right? So if you have good NMAT score, I mean, it gives calls based on NMAT score. So if you have a good NMAT score, right? So that can help you in getting a call, right? So for this college, I mean, they do not look at scores and all. So you need to have good score in NMAT to get a call, and in interviews, if you do decently, you can get into them, right? Now, let us talk about the institute, Narsi Monji Institute of Management, NMMS Mumbai. That is the best institute of these, right? So it has several campuses, right? It has campuses in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and then now they are opening 4, 5. So they've total around 7, 8 campuses, some proposed one, including those proposed ones. But this is the best institute, right? It was established in 1981, so 40-year-old legacy. That is something good. Like if you are a old institute, right, it is AACSB credited. So AACSB is one of the 3 accreditations given to B schools all over the world, right? So like there are 3 accreditations: AMBA, EQUIS, and AACSB. AACSB stands for Association to Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business, right? So there must be some around 1,000 B schools in the world. Very few Indian institutes have all these credentials, accreditations, right? So it has this. And next, like if we talk about this institute furthermore, it is located in Mumbai. So the location advantage is always there, right? If an institute is located in a prime city, then you know that it is very easy to contact corporates, right? So good industry exposure. Now these are some of the notable alumni from NMMS Mumbai, right? I don't know how many of you know that John Abraham has also studied in this college. So you can imagine that he must have been quite smart in studies as well. I mean, at least aptitude, right? He must have cracked or whatever the examination might have been that time. So he has done his MBA from NMS Mumbai, right? Then you have a few more people like Vikas Behl is a film director, you must be aware of, right? And you have Aruna Jayanti, who is the CEO of Capgemini. Deena Mehta, he's an MDS CEO of Asit C. Mehta Investment Intermediates, right? So financial firm, right? And Nitin Rakesh, CEO and director of Mphasis, right? So these are some of the notable alumni, and there will be many more such alumni who must be working at some good positions across corporates. Okay, these are the different courses offered at NMIMS. However, most of the people would be this is the flagship program. MBA is the flagship program, the 2-year program, right? Then you have MBA in pharmaceutical management as well. So someone from pharma background, healthcare background want to pursue this MBA can go for this. They have a special MBA for HR as well, right? So these are the programs that they have, and their admission is through NMAT. So all these MBA exam entrance, the examination is NMAT. The fee for MBA program is 17.5 lakh. For MBA Pharma, it is 10.5 lakhs. Right. So fees is high, right, as you have in other B schools as well, right? Now, what do you get in this? So let us look at some of the statistics that were shared on their website, right? So this is about the institute, right? So this was the batch profile of the batch that passed out last year. Right, so if you talk about the experience background, so 35% of the people were experienced in IT or e-commerce, right? Then you have FMCG, 7%, BFSI, consulting, manufacturing. So mostly people from IT and e-commerce background. So it is the general trend in all B schools, right? And then educational background, 69%. So again, engineer heavy, right? So that is the case in all the B schools, right? 27% freshers and 73% work experience people, right? So 3/4 of the batch, and like if we say that around 35% of the batch more than 2 years of work ex, right? So it is a good thing, right? 9% of the batch above 3 years of work ex, right? So this is the this thing. And then you have right, so you had average age of the batch was 24 years, 38% females, which is a good number, right? The number of girls is very decent, 38%. So good mix of batch, right? So people from different backgrounds, right? Commerce, you see 15%, management 10%, so BBA students 10%, right? Average work ex 18 months. So this was the batch profile, right, last year, and these are the placement statistics, right? So the highest CTC was 58.61. The highest domestic CTC must have been, probably might be Amazon or Uber kind of company, right? Offering 38.5 LP as a highest CTC. Average CTC was 18.33. You should not only go by average CTC, you should look, I mean, uh, the median and all those factors, right? So uh, so average of top 50 students was 29 LP. So a decent placement statistics, right? Yeah, these figures might be inflated, but yes, but still one of the good private B schools in the country, right? So if you talk about the private B schools, it is a good one, right? So 34% of the students got PPOs, right? And then like these were the placement statistics of it. Now if you talk about the private B schools, right, in the country, it is considered as a good, is a decent private B school, right? Like if you talk about like the B schools that are in the country, so it has several awards given by the business magazines, right? And like India Today, Business Today, Outlook, right? So these are the awards that it has been receiving. It is, you can call it among top 10 in the top 5 6 among the private B schools, and maybe among the top 20, right? If not 9 10, these are, I mean, these are slightly higher rankings, I can understand, right? So you can call it in the top 15, maybe definitely in the top 15 to 20 B schools of the country, right? So a good institute that you can target, right, in case uh, like it's say like if you do not have very great profile for CAT, right, you can at least target this institute, right? A different examination, not very difficult examination, so something that you can crack and get into, right? So that is something that if you are targeting this B school, you can start your preparation for that, right? There is slight variation, so in the upcoming videos we'll also discuss the type of questions that are asked in this examination, and we'll probably have some sessions on practice for NMAT, like we'll have some practice sessions for NMAT as well, right? So this is something that you can target, you can keep it as an option, right? That this is one such examination that you may appear for and get into this college, right? Now we have recently launched one course that will be preparing you for all these examinations, including SNAP, NMAT, CMAT, TestNet, etc. So the batch has begun recently on GradeUp's platform, right? Apart from that, we already have batches running for CAT 2021 and 22, right? So you may enroll in the same. So this was about NMAT and Narsi Monji. I hope you got some quite information, the relevant information for the college and the examination, right? So if you are preparing, if you're targeting this institute, right, so you can start your preparation. Like, see, you if you have started your CAT preparation, so definitely your NMAT preparation would also be on track, right? I mean, there are certain topics that might be different. Maybe in VARC you might have to read vocab and grammar, right? So that might you have to do, and apart from that, you will have to probably a few topics in reasoning as well, right? So if you are preparing for CAT, you can simultaneously prepare for NMAT as well, and we shall be having some videos for NMAT preparation as well in the coming days in our channel. So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Okay. These are our mentors at GradeUp, the ones who prepare you for these examinations. I'm sure you must have seen them teach YouTube and GradeUp's app. So these are expert faculty members. Okay, and if you wish to enroll with us, you can take GradeUp Super subscription and prepare for MBA entrance examinations with GradeUp. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was about discussing about Narsi Monji and NMAT, right? If you are targeting this examination, if you have thought of this examination, if you had not thought, then you can keep this, that this is one option that you can target, and if you were already preparing for this examination, then start your like elevating your preparation, because this is the first examination that is conducted, and uh, I would recommend that take it before CAT, so that you get an idea that okay, so this is like you get an experience of an examination before appearing for CAT, right? So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day. Good night.